Hey everyone, this is Dennis, aka Stock Operator. Let's break it down markets. What happened today, see kind of the market breadth, and look at some setups that were presented today for us to play on the long and short side. Well, first of all, as you can see, SPY Qs, IVM kind of didn't move anywhere, sideways price action, and that's what we kind of expected today due to FOMC meeting and a lot of earnings coming out. So volatility today pretty much was going nowhere, sideways price action. Some ETFs outperformed today. As you can see, XLC communication went high, kind of got rejected here, but after hours end up going back. Who's standing out here? XLE Energy, amazing breakout today on XLE, running very strong. So what else we have here kind of standing out? SLX, steel continues to go high. Another oil, trust oil ETF, XOP, which is another ETF. MJ today, marijuana, as you can see, been running pretty strong. Blockchain a little bit, almost 1%, still kind of sideways consolidation. Um, yeah, that's what we see here. As you can see, some of them on the negative side. 10 solars get slammed today, down 3%. What are the negative? That's it on the negative side. Only solars look kind of bad. So let's look at the gainers. Let's look at some gainers and see any potential setups. I'm gonna go through the list. As you can see, I have a watch list, the scanner on a Thinkorswim. It's if you have any questions how to build this, send us a message and I'll share with you a scanner. But let's start from the top, one name by name, and we'll go from there. So BTX today, very clean, constructive price action. If you didn't trade this name, well, it's your fault because you probably missed on a great opportunity today playing this on the long side. And don't think when you come to trade and start thinking this name is overextended, run too much, and so on and so forth. How does the price action looks? It's a pretty constructive price action. VPA looks amazing here. As you can see, lower volume pullback, strong push. As you can see, strong second attempt breakout, lower volume pullback. This is the area where you probably should be putting on some initial, you know, lot, I would say. As you can see, this is confirmation, another pullback. I would be putting another lot on this pullback, ideally, because what kind of you see here, this is a pivot point, right? I'm gonna draw it here. This is a pivot point we're having, and what we see after breakout over this pivot point and come in and retest. This is a breakout and pullback. Usually, if it's a constructive and the next you see candle over candle, this is initiation for the buy. Again, I said watch the VPA. If it's a constructive VPA, that means it's a high probability setup, which actually you saw it here. Um, and then run up. I don't know if I would add somewhere else here. I would be actually taking profits because look at the range of this name. It's insane. Let's go to another name, COLV Cloth. Also kind of did this nice breakout over this consolidation we had for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. As you can see, I say this all the time. If you miss initial run up, that's fine. You don't even have to participate in this. You always get some opportunities later down the road. What do you see here? This is a high pivot point. This is a low initial, right? High established, doing a pullback. What do we see again? Constructive pullback on the low volume. Making a new low, fine. What else? Next 5 minute candle. We can make a new low. Kind of closing above, engulfing price action, volume confirming that legit buying stepping in. But technically, aggressive buying would be on this candle, buying end of the candle, right? When candle closes or once the breakout happens, stop goes below this pivot point with a little bit of offset. This is your initial target, the prior high. Even playing like that, it gives you 2 to 1 risk reward. This would be another buy. As you can see, double top confirming in 5 minutes tells you about the limit player hold 1032. Once we're eating that limit player, offer, the price just gets squeezed and run up. This is another great ad, and it's kind of similar to what I just showed you, another example. So check it out. I see many people don't know how to put order levels. This is the freaking biggest mistake out there. Um, this was the third candle, right? Made a high here. What else we see after that? What else do you see after that? Not able to make a high, not able to make a new high, but confirming this prior level. What on this candle? We make a new high, but what we can do, it's close to above the key level. This is a fake breakout. Initially, this is a fake breakout by one candle. Enable, you technically could take a short scalp here below this key level, which confirm, right? And write it back to VWAP or until it's, losing the momentum. So, but what happens later here? We're retesting this level. We're retesting this level, and it gives you another candle over candle long on this candle, right? We're gonna go long right here, candle over candle. Stop goes below this area if you want to be more conservative, below VWAP. But again, the price action is the main thing here, not the VWAP, not moving averages. But as you can see, end up ripping phase beautifully. And CTY, technically constructive, you got a breakout over a couple pivot points here, consolidation flag, and then another consolidation above this morning pivot point and run up. The kind of the price action here, not the cleanest, as you can see, a lot of no volume on candles. SOCA, it's another runner today, breakout. This one, LBRT, pretty clean price action as well, earnings. Look at this. You got initial run. I always say, why do you have to buy on the first 1 minute candle, 5 minute candle, on the first 15-minute candle? If you buy this 5 minute ORB, and I see many people play that, what you're gonna see through here, a lot of pain, right? Plus you gotta put your stop technically right there. This is the initial, the opening price and the low. That's where you put your stop. Not here, not here, right there. So if you buy a second 5 minute opening range breakout, probably right here your stop, or still there, because technically you gotta wait for the pivot point, and this is something which you see here, trend forming, right? Candle over candle, and you go play along, and as you can see, writing this moving averages, what all people like to play now, right? Until it breaks somewhere here, and you get out of those 20 EMA breakdown. Here's another great example. Multi-day breakout, check. No overhead resistance, check. So earnings coming out, so running in front of the earnings, right? So add some news also. Here's another check. Pullback. Here's your pullback, and very safe, clean buy of 17, and amazing buy. Shopify, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of loading up on names when they have pretty decent gap. As you can see, from 11:54 close, opening around 12:16. This is already decent gap on 59 ATR. So as you can see, we're making the full ATR move. That's why you see this red to green. Only red to green will confirm an entry here. Why? Because you'll see initial people who were long from some of these areas, they will take some profit, and then eventually, if the buyers really want to buy, you see the price, the candle going up, the price going up, the volume should increase. That's a confirmation. All right, let's look what else interesting here. Oh, GSX. This is a good example. Somebody asked in our chat room today, is this a fake breakout? I said, yes, it is a fake breakout. Let me show you what I was talking about. So initial 5 minute, right? Making a level here. This is a high. Boom. So we're trying to break here, right? We broke. Beautiful. And then ideally, you want to either buy the breakout or you want to buy pullback, right? Buy a pullback. Beautiful. People started to buy pullback. You got to think what happened and what doesn't happen, how people position themselves. People buying in here, right, for potential continuation. But what happened after? Making new high here, but unable to close higher compared to we close higher than this candle, but we can't go higher. And weeks to the upside indication, this is another negative indication of pretty much supply sitting there, right? Somebody is dropping shares of us. So you got indecision candles. right, forming. And then this 5-minute closing below the prior day close, making lower high. You got lower high, lower high, lower high. It's kind of bearish to me. So technically, you can take an aggressive short on this candle on a breakdown, and then where would you run this? As you can see, we try to kind of have this is a level too. Again, back to our levels. Why this is a level? Because this price was touched multiple times. One, closed here, open there, closed, open, high on this candle. As you can see, this would be your target. Yes, it did went lower, and you would probably partial more towards lower levels. Plus, this is very close to half point, $35.50. So unfortunately, this was a fake breakout, right? Led to kind of shakeout, and you could short it here at even like put your order at 35.99, get filled, stop goes above the prior pivot point right there, 36.40. It wouldn't reach exactly 2 or 3R, but you would probably take profit or get out completely candle over candle right here once it turns the corner above 72 cents. Let's look at the different examples. CBOX, nothing there. Mara technically very clean, as you can see, grinding, shake out a little bit, grinding, pull back, start curling the price. This is also very bullish price action. And remember what we talk about, you always look at ETFs, see what ETFs are running, what's leading, right? Bitcoin was decent today, marijuana, right? Here's a oil related name. Look at this initial push above this recent consolidation, and you get a stair step. APHA. This is a beautiful setup after earnings consolidation and reversal breakout. Here's the price I mentioned yesterday. I tried to play yesterday. See how tricky we did. Came to that level and couldn't break it. So as you can see, breakout, pullback, candle over candle. This is your area where you want to play long. The stop goes literally below 15.20. Why? Because this is a key level. If we break in the key level, we gotta run. If it doesn't break and starts faking it, well, it's not ready yet, right? You want to mitigate your risk. Next one on the gappers is TLRY. You see similar setup, kind of filling the window right now to the high 1960s. Another probably oil name. Here's Rio, also from the homework weekly report. As you can see, 2407, amazing level. Attempt to break yesterday. Look at that, could not. Constructive price action, so strong push on the volume, pullback on the lower volume, and breakout. And again, you see this pullback. That's what I'm talking about, a constructive. You're missing this, that's fine. You can chase it, but your stop gotta go below the key level and probably below this pivot point because you don't know exactly it. The pullback, it's just confirming that this breakout is legit and price willing to go higher. So you can buy like initial lot here and then, add on a pullback and then you off to the races. Let's see it. Other names, NOG, pretty nice breakouts. Similar breakouts today on oil names, right? Pump, very similar. I'm not gonna explain all of them. I kind of a lot of similarities here on initial runs and pullbacks. Beautiful charts I see along the board. As you can see, Big C finally coming to this level. Tough name to play, but worth watching for the upcoming week and days. Let's see what else is interesting here. This one, TBIO, as you can see, broke here, consolidation, broke, pullback. You miss this entry on this day, fine, you have an entry on this day, and as you can see, run to the races, consolidation. I sold yesterday on a pop right there. As you can see, it's still rolling higher. The reason I sold all my swings yesterday, kind of covered this real quick, because of meeting today. Has been talking, so I get out of all positions and technically could hold some on TBIO. Strong name. Let's see what else is interesting here. G, nothing there. I've seen a few more good names. We're almost done with the gappers list. Tiger. Look, here's a good example on Tiger. How could you play opening range breakout? Why? Because you got to understand how people position themselves, right? Over the beaten down name. So we're having initial runner making high on this day, but fading. Attempt to go high, cannot. Shorts probably load up, and then the next day popping squeeze a little bit of shorts, but then not able to go higher. So shorts probably still here, risking this 22.5. So, and look at this beautiful. This is a level. 2150. Why? Because we're hitting this level and can't. Hitting and can't. Hitting and can't break it. All right, what do we see here today? Pre-market high, 2150. Got the initial 5-minute, the second 5-minute breakout. This is your long on the high volume. This is your long. What else? If you miss that, that's fine. What else you see later down the day? Oh, pull back to 2150s. Wow. Technically, this is a bullish reversal. Candle over candle, you can take it 2182 long. Stop goes below 2150s. Right? As you can see, end up working well as well if you miss the initial run. But this was a nice opening range breakout. All right, a few more names here. This one actually nice breakout over the key levels, as you can see right from the open. All right, so let's look at now a losers list. Pins, really tough to play. I always say, guys, look at ATR. If ATR is this name $4.38 from the closing price plus minus 77.50 and opening today it's 69.23. I mean 69. That's a lot. That's more than 2 ATRs. Do you see what I'm saying? We can't completely dump here. It's exhausted already, right? People will take profits who shorted here. They will take profits. All right, let's continue. Same with ENPH. Yeah, it did run up, down, but look at this choppiness. Do you want to really participate in that, or you want to play something that is not that extended based on the gap up? Spotify tank today. Oh, interesting. All right, let's continue on losers list. This one ended up being pretty nice here, actually. Yala. Attempt to go higher, cannot, making it a lower high compared to the prior. This pivot point consolidation can't break the closing price, curling the price, as you can see. Rejection here, decision candle rejection, and you technically could play short here on the breakdown lower. Also, what we do here all the time, we like to draw some trend lines. Trend line breaking out here, right? So it's kind of like turning. It's another kind of support, right? Price not bouncing in this area anymore, making lower highs, and then attempt to go lower. You can short it, stop probably a little bit here towards 2420s and ride it this big boy down. CVM, not much this. This one interesting, right? Skills. You could short this as well on negative attempt to sustain being above the prior closing price, and pretty much just doing this bounce short. FEYE. Let's see, AMC. AMC also trying to bounce here a little bit. Let's look at AMC. Okay, a little bit tough, but again, look at this bearish candle. Immediately noticing on a high volume compared to the prior volume, the same, right? This is a confirmation of bearishness. Lower high compared to this, right? Below the key levels, prior day low, or whatever is this. This yellow line is prior day close. Initial move. This is your target probably towards 2160s. Whatever, almost hit that target end of the day. Where would you short? Probably somewhere right here. That would be a good short setup, risking this pivot point, and would hit probably 2R on display. And backs. All right, this is a great example. I always say, people, take your profits when the stock is running too much. ATR, $20. We ran from 202 to 266, 63 in 2 days. We ran free ATR on a move. What's your expectations, guys? You gotta sell into this strength on high volume. If the next day you decided to hold something, you don't see a gap up, you got to get out, protect, because it will sell back into some support, find some near support, as you can see, end up closing above this key level, right? It's pivot point, we establish high, end up actually closing. Pretty constructive for continuation. Let's see what else is interesting here. All right, this one, Playboy. Look at that. It's still kind of, in the momentum here, but making lower highs, possibly ready to roll over. There were more great long setups today, as you can see, compared to some short. Oh, I'll go back to ON Semiconductors. So this is a great example. Also unable to break 2 attempts, right? As you can see, key level breakdown below the prior day lows, straight from the open breakdown, clearing 2 days, and then nothing stopping us before the earnings. As you can see, volume confirming this is a real selling. Let's look at Fastly, nothing there. We're almost done with this list, and MU today. Nice rejection yesterday on a dodgy and just a little bit tough. I don't know if I would play this for the opening range, but this was a nice squeezer here to the downside, right? We're talking about bear flags, and here's a beautiful example of a bear flag. You technically could play. As you can see, end up working out well. No resistance. Overall trend is down. Earnings came out already, and the next one is coming already. Well, let's look at Nova. Nothing there. So yeah, you're seeing the same kind of patterns all over the board. Some of these names, low liquidity names, not so easy to trade. Go back to Viacom. Let's look at that name real quick. This one is very constructive. So I tried to play yesterday long. I kind of made money and lost money and then made money and bet on this name. I actually made a high. It would work for the long side, but I would probably sell it. So prior pivot point, we bounced twice, right? This morning we opening higher, selling off, unable to break that level, key level on 2 candles, consolidating. Overall direction from this open is already done, right? Pullback, unable, attempting to break it higher, cannot. So, and then it's just a confirming bearishness for you. So what you can do here, also put some trend line here. Why? This is a low pivot point, this is a high, right? Pull back, making a new 5-minute candle. This is breaking above the high level. This is a pivot point for you. Consolidation, breakout, cannot sustain those higher levels. This is a fake breakout over 42.50, and then falling back down. So dodgy candles, indecision. So I would short it somewhere right here. This would be a confirmation short breakdown on this candle. Beautiful confirmation. You would probably add to your position here, candle under candle compared to the previous one, and target back to this area, 41.60s. As you can see, it would hit your target, and it's still on a bigger downtrend. As you can see, doing a little bit of pullback before the earnings, right? Beautiful setup. All right, guys, pretty long video, 25 minutes already. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, enjoy the video and try to learn something from it. All right, take care.